Mussorgsky's Pictures at an Exhibition, 6. By Philip Chier. 9. The Hut on Fowl's Legs, Baba Yaga. Baba Yaga is created in ABA form. Section A represents the witch flying in a mortar. Section B enshrines the magic spell of the witch. The witch's music starts with 2 strong notes followed by a whole bar of rest. In the continuous bars after many combinations of various rhythms, before or after the quarter note are 8 notes and rests, 8 notes took over and created a new image of Baba Yaga. The music of Baba Yaga represents a very interesting rhythmic structure, which allows the witch to slowly and firmly grasp every cell in space. This powerful effect is achieved by using rests to alienate specific rhythm patterns. Her frantic, chaotic, unpredictable, irregular rhythm becomes a steady, huge, organized, and mechanical flow. This mechanical, sporty rhythm is accentuated by the accent placed on the closing beat, creating a splitting effect, and increase the power of Baba Yaga's stubborn and ruthless character. A sinister and evil atmosphere of sorcery in the B section is created by ominously quiet tremolos in the opening measure, and Baba Yaga's calls that form an interval of a tritone. Section B starts with the same rhythm pattern as the melody heard at the beginning of Section A. However, in Section B, this rhythm pattern is applied to form different pitches of different intervals. In the middle of Section B is the descending chromatic vibrato, vibrate as the sound weakens. And augmented chords provide a chilling background for the elaborate scenes of Baba Yaga's witchcraft. The return of Section A brings back the excitement and hysteria that portrays the chase of Baba Yaga in all her disgusting and wild glory. 10. The Great Gate of Kiev. Mussorgsky's The Great Gate of Kiev musically and symbolically represents the grand finale of the suite. This is a tribute to the Russian national spirit, social and cultural values in the country's history, its heroes, people's faith in God and loyalty to the Tsar. The theme setting in E-flat major further enhances the grandeur of the theme. Mussorgsky's choice of tonality in this situation must be deliberate. There is no doubt that many of the artistic ideas that Mussorgsky developed during the writing of Boris Godunov were later realized in the pictures. The hero's gate of Kiev, crowning the work, is most Mussorgskyan in the middle. The bell effect is reminiscent of Boris's coronation scene and a passage from the introduction to Kovanchchina. Use of the piano as a percussion instrument was a striking innovation in piano literature at that time. Analysis. Structurally, the ending of this suite can be related to a rondo form with three main parts. The first part of the movement is based on alternate presentations of two themes, A and B. The A theme, as the opening and closing of the movement, has a particularly solemn temperament. The huge and cheerful voice of this theme can be connected with the sound of Russian folk songs sung by a large crowd. Stasov described the second theme as a particularly lovely church theme, As You Are Baptized in Christ is a theme of sadness and prayer based on the hymn of the Russian Orthodox Church. This episode differs from the previous material through a more introspective character. It is conveyed through a minor tune, a softer dynamic in its four-part chorus style. Compared with the opening episode designed to convey the voice and enthusiasm of the masses, Theme B represents the sacred, more spiritual side of everyone. The second part is composed of brand new materials which introduces Mussorgsky's famous bell pattern, Theme C. Seeing Mussorgsky's own image through the cheerful sound of the bell symbolizes his complete and clear dedication to his beloved country and people. The entire musical material in Kiev Gate is influenced by folk, churches and bells features that directly link the movement to Russian nationalism and church music. It's worth noting that in the middle part, the composer incorporates the theme of strolling into the texture of the accompaniment. The third part restores the theme of A. For the first time there is a metrical displacement and length extension, meno mosso, semper maestoso. The power of huge cores and huge dynamics escalate to the end gives the movement a particularly immortal quality. It is a model of Mussorgsky's worship of the Russian people, the country's historical heritage, traditions and cultural values. The ending episode of the movement represents the climax of the entire cycle. It expresses the victory symbol of freedom over suppression, and the power of life over death. Pictures of an exhibition.